Yeah, that's right, I know your ass. And I don't give a fuck. I'ma keep cooking the way I want. Said you wanted to cook, didn't you? Cook that nigga! Anybody want to make some money, do shit the right way, then please, by all means, stay. But if not, get the fuck out!
All right, man.
You getting DP?
Just get the fuck out.
You motherfuckers.
All right. Now what?
Ever cut before?
You serious?
I want to work.
All right.
If you don't know, man, you tuned in to Let's Yap About It. Even though I don't talk, but you got something to say. Stuck in motion.
Hey, man, right now y'all tuned in to Let's Yap About It. This ain't no podcast, it's a problem cast. I go by the name Fat Pimp Texas, very own. Hey, man, tell your baby mama I'm looking for her. Tell your wife I'm looking for her. That's what it is, man. Let's Yap About It, man. This ain't no podcast, this is a problem cast. Fat motherfucker Pimp, let's go.
Cool. Don't lie, cuz I don't fuck with too much talking. I don't be on that yapping shit, cuz. But you feel me? We can yap about it. You hear me on a podcast, you hear me? Yap About It podcast. Goddamn, go tap in with my people, bro. You hear me? It's Smush gonna come with the interview real soon, too, y'all. So make sure y'all tap in, you hear me? We be talking with Yap About It podcast. Nigga, let's yap about it, cuz. Heard you was cool talking, cuz. Let's yap about it. Fuck it.
Yeah. Let's yap about it. Yeah. Let's yap about it. Yap About It podcast. Yeah. Starring Raw Bass. Let's yap about it. Yeah. Let's yap about it. Let's yap about it. Yeah. Let's yap. Let go. Yeah. Let's yap about it. We in the mix. Fit too savage. Let's yap about it. Content was so living, had to pray for all of my children. Now the whole world be listening. Talk to niggas from prison, spoke how they was living, how the COs be tripping. Rappers losing on the back end because promoter dudes be dipping. Seen the show when the dude started out of bloods, then start crippin'. Stripper niggas stop tipping, how the game niggas stop flipping. Bad attitude, so he had to move just to keep his ass out of prison. Seen a show by the young hoe, fucked on a sister, man, no apology. Let's yap about it. If the bitch come around me, shit, she can holler at me. Check my Instagram, she was following me, cause she knew I be where them dollars be. Rapid funds, but I keep it going, I fuck you up, no apologies. Let's yap about it. Let's yap about it. Let's yap about it. Live with all bass. Let's yap. Another one. Finish him. Bit too savage. Savage like music.
Now there I am. I don't know what's going on, man, but man, it had me in a trip. It did not want to show me. Man, listen, whatever it is, I'm not letting them stop shit, but I'm glad to be back, man. Shout out to y'all. Definitely, I got to give y'all some love. Straight up, straight up, straight up. Man, you already know who it is. It's Rod the Prob.
What the problem is?
You know what I'm saying? Coming back at you with another fire one, man. But I can tell you that this was crazy. Listen, whatever it is, it's trying to stop me from doing what I do. And at the end of the day, they tried to get me, but I didn't allow them to do what they do. Because you know why? Because I stand tall and they thought they had me. But no, sir, I came back. I know I said 11:45, but I had to end up doing a little few more things in order to get everything caught up to like the way I wanted to go. But I hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. All the turkey, all the dressing, all the stuffing. Man, the mac and cheese, the green beans. I hope the green beans was green, and I hope the mac cheese was cheesing. I hope you had plenty of cranberry sauce. But guess what? It's Monday. It's time to throw that stuff away. Ain't no need for you to keep it in now. Hey, it's been a week. You know what I'm saying? When you're going on 2 weeks, you're pushing it. And we don't need nobody with no sick stomachs. We don't need no children with no sick stomachs, man. We're trying to get them and push them off back to school. Shout out to the kids, though. Straight up. But I had this subject at hand, which, as you can see, with Ray J's situation and Princess situation that went viral on Thanksgiving Day. We weren't talking about the Cowboys. We weren't talking about any of that. We were talking about what was going on in the domestic violence situation between Ray J and Princess. And also the children, and there was another third party person. But tonight, I really want to break down some of the things that had happened in that situation. And I'm not cutting no shorts, no losses, but I want to get straight to it. So welcome to the Let's Chat About It podcast, where we are changing the world one conversation at a time. I'm Robert Higgins, your host for today's program. Please subscribe, share, hit the like button to let us know we appreciate you for tuning in. The conversations we have are concrete and tough, but nonetheless, we want to spark the brain and entertain, and most of all, explain in detail what we are yapping about. But I also want to do this. I have to show some love, and I have to show some respect. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on their name. Listen, tonight's broadcast is brought to in part by Bomay Vodka, not only the official drink of the Let's Chat About It podcast, it is one of the best lemon infused spirits out. From the hand squeezed organic lemons infused for a refreshing taste, it will set the tone to any occasion. Made from real ingredients, no fake stuff. This is the taste you are looking for and will enjoy for times to come. But most of all, I want you to do me a favor. Please drink responsibly. Please drink responsibly. That's the most important thing that I can ever tell you to do. Please, 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 please drink responsibly. But without further ado, I want to get into this subject matter. This is the topic at hand. This is what went viral, but I had to speak on it. It was so many people asking what my perspective on what it was, but I have to break it down. So, and I want to say this. On a night when most families were gathered around a table, the world was instead gathered around their screens, watching the terrifying breakdown of one of Hollywood's most turbulent couples. You already know who Ray J is, the R&B singer and reality TV staple. And then you have Princess Love, the model, designer, and her fiery co-star on the Love and Hip Hop show. They put their family crisis on full blast. Shocking. It was shocking to me. The incident to me was a horrifying spectacle, a volatile mix of accusations, threats, and raw fear caught with the children in the middle. It was a private tragedy that was made public. And it was crazy because Ray J's arrest in the early hours of Thanksgiving morning on a felony charge of making criminal threats. This is permanent. And now that he has a permanent ban from a streaming platform, Twitch, where Ray J had been building a new audience, he had a resurgence. But this story doesn't end with an arrest. To really understand how this holiday turned so toxic, we have to look beyond the shocking clips. Tonight, we're going to break down the minute-by-minute timeline of that live stream. We'll explore the immediate legal fallout of what happened. And I want this to be understood as a whole. And the reason why I want this to be understood as a whole, because this is something that our men and young women need to sit down and understand as far as the severity of wrecking their lives behind an emotional moment. I want us to gather as much information as we can. I want you to share this. I want you to pass this along to anybody that may need to hear this message, because I feel like, as me being an OG, I have to say what's right. I'm not on Ray J's side. I'm not on Princess side. I'm on the right side of where you're supposed to be as human beings, and I'm definitely on the side of the children. But I wanted to say this. We are also going to dig into the long, troubled history of their relationship, because you know that they filed for divorce time and time again, on again, off again. We already know this. And finally, we have to ask the most critical question. What does this very public meltdown mean for the image of Black family? You've heard me talk about this. You've heard me speak on this, especially when it comes to Dr. Amos Wilson, where he said the image of the African-American man and woman is $1 trillion industry, and they refuse to let it go because it is so profitable. They have literally submerged our minds in the things in relationships for them to pan out on these television shows, for those actual things to be within our real life reality situations. And I want to say this. There was a time to where they would say, oh, that was just an accusation. But now that it's happening in real time, that right there confirms exactly what everybody on the outside is looking in on Black culture and thinking that this is what it represents. Make no mistake about it. It's time that we change the narrative. That's why I built this podcast, so that we could have a separation in media and in fairness and in truth, for us to be able to understand these situations, dissect these situations, and most of all, break them down for the benefit of our young boys and our young girls that are coming along in the ranks. Because guess what? They want to find somebody. But as this continuously plays out and gets regurgitated over and over, and even now in real time, it starts to wear on the souls and wear on the minds of our children of even having hope to find a significant other. And make no mistake, and I want to talk to the men and I want to talk to the women. To be abused, to be disrespected, to be neglected, to be manipulated, to be just all over the place with chaos and disorder, that does not constitute as a Black relationship. I'm telling you the truth. That does not constitute as a Black relationship or a Black loving family, to where you're having this constant friction over and over. But tonight, I want to break down. We're going to go and we're going to sit here and we're going to go through this, because there are a lot of things that need to be said, not only from a physical and a mental, but also from a spiritual standpoint. So strap on your seatbelts. We got a lot to yap about today. So let's do it. Now, as I break down this, I want to introduce you to a couple of terms. These terms are from a counseling and a therapeutic standpoint, but I'm going to use them in real time so you can identify these type of things that you can see, not just amongst your relationship, but amongst people, your family, friends, and etc. People that are coworkers. You'll be able to break down this. There is nobody on the internet, nobody doing this on the internet and breaking it down in the manner in which I'm breaking it down, because this is important. So let's get straight to it. Check this out. I'm going to play this scene and I'm going to give you and dissect exactly the things that should be done to prevent this from happening from the future. Check this out.
Now I got my kids in here with me. Like, I'm not, like, ain't nobody taking my kids away from me on Thanksgiving, bro, on the damn. They in my house. They making threats to me. What you got niggas here for anyway, bro? I swear to God, I'm in my own house. And if these niggas got foot close to this door, bro, I'm gonna blow this away, bro.
I want to say this. Mistake one. You already know what you're dealing with, Ray J. You already know what you are dealing with. You know that that lady has it in for you. You know that this lady does not care for you. You know that you filed divorce papers on this situation more than once. And I want to say this, and I want to get back to this. I want to talk to Ray J. You know what you're dealing with. And the reason that you know what you're dealing with is for the simple fact of knowing that when it came to this situation, you already knew what was coming in your house. What I want young brothers to do is to stop being naive and stop being too optimistic about situations that you know that could end in chaos and disorder. And for the record, let's just say this and let's just be honest. If you have to be inebriated and this person has to be drugged out to even be in the same realm, because it seems like they're both fighting demons, then I don't think that you need to be together in the first place. That's just the honest truth. A lot of times we can put ourselves in the worst positions by trying to mend something, trying to connect to something that's definitely not going to connect to us. He didn't understand what he was up against. He didn't understand the significance of bringing that type of thing into the house, because I want to show y'all guys something. And I hate using the word narcissist. A narcissist will pull out all the stops to win at any cost. And what you got to understand in this situation, there was a Pyrrhic victory to where it came out to where that person felt happy about it. That person is none other than Princess. And the reason why it's that way is because look at what happened. Our father went to jail. There was a whole bunch of drama and chaos. The children were crying. The children were in disarray. And then here we go. You got what you wanted, what was the kids, but at what cost of destroying everybody else in the process around you? Now, you may seem that you're okay, but you're not okay, because guess what? In the situation to where you're trying to wake up kids and take kids away from a situation that was already there comfortable, which if they had an agreement, it could have been cool. But we know in this situation that a lot of times a narcissist will use certain tactics. And I'm about to break those tactics down as we get ready to get back into this. Check this out.
Now I got my kids in here with me. Like, I'm not, like, ain't nobody taking my kids away from me on Thanksgiving, bro. On the down. They in my house. They making threats to me. You got niggas here for anyway, bro. I swear to God, I'm in my own house. And if these niggas have a foot close to this door, bro, I'm gonna blow this away, bro. I don't give a f, bro. Leave me and my kids alone, nigga. That's in the dead homies, bro. What's up? What you trying to do? Take my kids?
Yes, I'm getting my kids.
Okay, take your kids. Watch how they cry. Take my kids because y'all drunk. Y'all want to drive drunk? Y'all want to drive drunk? Drive drunk. Drive drunk, princess.
Right, you just
drive drunk.
You just pointed a gun.
Drive drunk.
You just pointed a gun.
Drive drunk, princess. Go ahead. You want to take my kids? You and your drunk cousin? Because y'all drunk as f and y'all alcoholics? Take my kids then. Go ahead. Who's going to drive? Tony, he's been drinking too.
I'm not driving.
Who's been driving? Everybody? I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
Yeah, whatever.
You pointed a gun at us.
Why are you waking my daughter up?
You pointed a gun at us.
Why did you just wake my daughter up?
Now I want to show you something with this situation. There was somebody else in that house, and I want to break this down. There was somebody else in that house, and I'm going to introduce this term, and I'm going to show you what narcissists do. And like I say, I'm not on both sides, but I'm going to understand how weapons can be formed against you and you not even know it and consciously know what the true intention is. Now, check this out. There's a thing called triangulation manipulation. Triangulation involves one person using a third party to manipulate and control relationships, often causing emotional turmoil and distrust. They are for the opposing person and not you. See, a lot of times what you can do is you can lay out a blueprint. And that blueprint is when they get with that person, they say, look, he normally comes unhinged. All I do is try to get the kids. All I try to do is try to do for my kids. All I try to do is do this. And all I try to do is do that and watch him become unhinged. And you can pre-set up a situation to where it ends just like how you want it. A narcissist can preset situations to where they go in their favor and not yours. So by bringing in a third party, they witness it, they experience it, and then they go through the process. So it must be true. And you got to understand, triangulation manipulation is one of the number one things that people don't understand. Because guess what? If you can get a person to listen long enough, eventually they'll start buying into your program, and that program is a situation to where it favors them and not you. See, Ray J didn't know what he was up against. See, he thought that he was comfortable in his own house. And as we know, as African Americans, guess what? That can still turn into a disaster, as we've seen a young lady who got murdered by the police in her own home. So you got to understand the situation at hand. Yeah, you can feel comfortable. Yes, you are comfortable as far as financially. You are comfortable in your own house, but that does not necessarily mean that it cannot result in a disaster, depending on the person that created the triangulation manipulation tactic. If they can do it to them, why can't they do it to the police? Why can't they do it to the mother? Why can't they do it to the father? Why can't they do that to create them a certain level of comfortability against the opposing person? That's what you got to understand. A lot of times we can catch ourselves as men, and I want to talk to Ray J in this situation. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet, and sometimes you just got to step back. Sometimes you got to let things play out. I believe in protecting your children 100%. But at the end of the day, it's not what you do, it's how you do it and how you move. And how he moved was reckless. How he moved was thoughtless. He did not let his logic kick in. He let full-fledged emotion destroy him in that situation. We got to start looking at these situations. We got to start observing these situations and sitting down with our kids and talking about them. Ray J knows what he's up against, like I said. Princess knows what she's up against. And make no mistake, Ray J can be a manipulator too, believe it or not. Sometimes a man his bravado can overtake situations to where it can spiral out of control because of him. Your temperament is the most important thing that you must keep in control at all times, because it can spiral and hurt people. And when you're looking at these two type of people that have the master manipulation together, that have the psychotic chess moves that they make against each other, they do best by not even being around each other. I want to say this. A lot of times, a lot of men, and I'm saying this and I'm using Ray J as this example of putting himself in a position of power, but having his power stripped just by simply making one mistake. See, what you don't understand is that there are people out here that will go above and beyond to the extremes of getting things done in their favor, how they want it. I've seen this. I've seen baby mom and baby daddy literally play these mind games with each other to make each other become unhinged. And the point of it all is to make that person become unhinged so that they can gain leverage and power. But I want to show you something. Sometimes it doesn't end there. You got to understand that sometimes people have nothing to lose, and people will destroy the very thing you love to get their point across. I want to say this, and I'm looking at the situation at hand between them both. When you have a toxic situation like this, they shouldn't even be in the same room, much less they should have nannies or whoever, managers or whatever, come pick these children up, and they should be separate. Sometimes you just got to know exactly what you're dealing with. And sometimes love can get in the way of logic. Yes, it can. I've been a victim of it. I can say that. I can say that. Love can get in the way of logic. Sometimes when you want things to go your way and you care for that person, sometimes a hug and a good place and a good spirit can bring out the best, but it can also bring out the worst. So you have to know what you're dealing with and how you're dealing with this particular person. And for Ray J to crash out in the way that he did, and it cost him sponsorships, it cost him a new audience, it's costing him basically of him having to go to court and explain himself of what happened. And hopefully he can prove it in the court of law to where he doesn't have to do any time. And then on that side, Princess has the advantage in this situation, who could make or break the whole situation in itself. You have to understand the significance of power. Power can hurt people. Power can kill people. And you have to understand that sometimes your own power can be manipulated right out of the palm of your hands and destroy you with that. And I've seen that. But I also want to get back on this, and I want to show you guys something that was very interesting about the situation. Check this out.
Now I got my kids in here with me. Like, I'm not, like, ain't nobody taking my kids away from me. Your drunk cousin, because y'all drunk as and y'all alcoholics, take my kids then. Go ahead. Who's gonna drive? Tony, he's been drinking too.
I'm not driving.
Who's been driving? Everybody. I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
Yeah, whatever.
You pointed a gun at us.
Why you waking my daughter up?
You pointed a gun at us.
Why did you just wake my daughter up? Why did you just wake my daughter
All
up?
I wanted to do was have a good Thanksgiving.
Why did you wake my daughter up?
Ray.
Because you selfish. You're drunk.
I want to show you guys something. This right there at the bottom of your screen, reactive abuse. It describes situations where a person who has endured sustained abusive behavior reacts aggressively towards their abuser. The abusive partner often shifts blame and creates a false narrative of him. Now, I can't say that about the gun, but I can say that about the situation, because I'm going to show you what manipulators and narcissists do. The one thing that she kept harping on was the gun part, because she knows that he carries guns. You got to understand, all of this is going to play out in court. Here's something that you didn't pay attention to. When she stayed on it and harped on it and harped on it and harped on it, she knows how to stay consistent to make this young man crash out. Because adding in the effects of repeating something over and over, then you go to and say, all I was trying to do was just get the kids. You tried to provoke that. I seen that. And here's another thing what a narcissist does. And I'm not shifting the blame on her, but I'm going to show you what Ray J did. Ray J says, you're drunk. You're drunk and trying to leave with the kids. Who's going to drive them? He's been drinking too. He knew exactly what he was doing. It was a chess game. It was definitely a chess game. And when he said, you're a drunk, you're a drunk. Oh, you pointed a gun. You're a drunk. All of those are key things that they hone in. Narcissists hone in on your faults, and they drive it and they grind it all the way in because they want you to fall by the wayside and crash out. And that reactive abuse goes hand in hand with the manipulation, because if I can just get that person to crash out in front of my third party, it will confirm everything that I've told them. You got to understand that people are low down and dirty when it comes to being narcissist. Look at that last line. The abusive partner often shifts blame and creates a false narrative of them. But here's the problem. Both of them are inebriated. Some are probably both drugged out. And they have to do that to be around each other because they're also fighting demons away from each other. Yes, they are fighting demons away from each other to where it just is a boiling pot just waiting to spill over. It's just basically like putting Mentos in a Coke and you just, you know what I'm saying, you cap it real tight. Eventually it's going to explode. And in this situation, this is what you've seen. And it's a sad situation because you see that little girl hiding her face. She's scared. She don't know what's going on. Being woke up out of her sleep, being put in a situation to where this could have been a compromisable situation. But here's the thing. Something was said or something was triggering or even it was even planned out in order for it to play out this way. Because like I said, one of the key things in this was she stayed on that gun. She stayed on him like he was abusive. Yeah, you're abusing. He said that's exactly what the drunk would say. He went right back to the very thing that he knows that she's weak on. So these two people are peas of a pod. Absolutely. They're a peas of a pod. And I also want to introduce you to this part too. And I'm going to let this play out right here in a second. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Check this out.
Drunk.
You're a woman abuser.
You're
and
drunk.
You're delusional.
I'm a woman. That's
yes,
what drunk
you
people
are.
say. Like you're taking my daughter?
Grow the fuck up.
All right,
Seriously.
cool.
You need to
You're not taking my son.
Ray.
Like I know you're not gonna take my son. Hey,
don't touch
Hold on, bro. I swear to God, I'll shoot the fuck out of you. Y'all get out of my house. Y'all get out of my house.
Shoot me right now.
I swear to God,
Shoot me right now.
take my son.
No.
I hate you over the fucking head, bro.
Hey, you supposed to get family.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. You're in my house.
Hey.
Bro, stop, dog. I kill you, bro.
Stop.
I kill you,
Stop.
I kill you, bro.
Stop.
Okay.
I know you will, but stop.
Cool.
I'm trying to help you out.
All right, cool.
We good? Yep. Literally, they're about to pull up right now. Let's chill.
Cool. All right, cool.
Literally. Yep, we cool. All right, let go. Let go. Let's chill. I'm a kid. I need to take my kids. I'm trying to help you out. Let's go. Let's just get out. They really have to get out right now. If I shoot you right now, I got a gun on me. I'm trying to help you. Get out of here, bro. If I shoot you. I don't want to. I would never do that, bro. Just got it downstairs. Bro, I just shoot the out of you, bro.
And I'm going to leave it right there. And the reason I'm going to leave it right there is because when you heard him insert her right there when she was saying that he was abusive, that's normally what we see, especially in the celebrity world. Normally when these relationships don't pan out and they don't go in the favor of each other, that usually gets tossed around. You were an abuser, he was a drunk, he was this, he was that. Yes, you could possibly say that about them both. But the thing is, you can't point a finger definitely at Ray J without pointing the finger at yourself. And Ray J can't point this finger at her without pointing at himself in this situation. Because how did you get here? Y'all both got yourselves here. And I think it's very, very disturbing for them to sit there and go through this situation in front of those kids and act like they're even non-existent. Non-existent. Let me be clear about that. And what's crazy about the situation, and as I looked at it, I said, what did they think the end result was going to be of this? Once of this tug of war over the kids, this emotional roller coaster that they're taking each other through, what was going to be the end result of this? And then these three things, as I explained them, they play a key contributing factor in the breakup and the disarray and the dysfunction in that home. And I want to say this, as a man, sometimes you got to take a step back. You got to lead even when it hurts. Sometimes the bigger situation at hand is the children and not you. Sometimes, yes, you have to protect yourself. Yes, sometimes you have to, make sure that your voice is heard, but it's not going to be heard, especially sitting behind bars. And I want to talk to the young ladies about those type of situations that they want to find leverage in as overall a conflict resolution. That's not healthy because that could have ended deadly. And a lot of times people want to mimic these situations behind these superstars. But the thing is, your grace and mercy ain't the same as theirs. Your contributing factors of what you say and how you say it ain't the same as theirs. So you can put yourself in an uncompromisable position where it almost or even can lead to death. You See, a lot of times as a black man, you got to understand the cards that are stacked up against you. You got to understand that there are some women that look at us through the eyes of white supremacy and do not want us to be successful. They are willing to burn it down or burn everything and destroy everything that they touch just to prove a point. And here's another thing, and I want to talk to you, Ray J. A lot of times your power of what you beating on your chest like an ape and you being the man that you are of your household, yes, it can lead to a deadly situation to where, guess what? That was the whole plan and that was the whole game from the jump of you crashing out, of you losing on the back end, you losing on the front end, nobody being able to work with you. Sometimes people will stop at nothing to destroy you. And you have to understand who's who in that lineup. And guess what? With that person being a witness, they have the option to testify or whatever that may come out of this and file charges. And if they don't file charges, the DA can pick up the charges. See, we don't understand the significance to this thing that we call life that could end up in a bad situation. And there's so many brothers that have fell by the wayside if they only took 5 seconds of logical thinking. 5 seconds. See, I was lucky to have somebody in my corner, logical police, logical people that actually want to assess this situation as opposed to just trying to make an arrest, because we know that they have a 95% conviction rate. And sometimes even when the situation can be resolved respectfully, sometimes the DA could at their discretion pick up charges. Even though you might file and say, hey, no, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Sometimes they'll still file charges. And you might not be so lucky and gracious. So I want to use this time to even make us aware of what could possibly happen. Our lives can end. These young boys' lives can end at 18, 19, 20 before they even start and have a domestic charge, because we know that there are some foul women out here. There are some foul brothers out here that'll stop at nothing. Because you got to understand, there are some people that have been those 3 things and will stop at nothing to destroy everything that they touch, every woman that they touch. There are some women out here that have been through those 3 things that I named, and they're willing to destroy every man that they touch. And then this situation itself is not a great situation, but it is a lot to learn from, and it is a lot to discuss at the table with your kids, especially in high school, especially in college, because you have some people out here that are master manipulators and narcissists that'll bring about nothing but chaos and fucked upness in your situation, especially when you're on the way up, when you're on the rise. And you don't want to never, ever put yourself in an uncompromisable situation to where you're looking at 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years behind something that could have literally been avoided if you just got the hell away from them. It's my duty. It's my duty as an OG to speak the way that I speak, because there is nobody speaking like this to the youth. You have a lot of people that say some cliche things that sound good, but how many people, how many churches are sitting these young boys down and young girls down, and for them to develop their mind logically, develop their minds emotionally, develop their minds spiritually, to where they can go into a different realm and not that type of realm of what we see? Because like I told you, that image is embedded in those children's heads forever. That situation on Thanksgiving is forever embedded in those children's minds. The world got to see that. There's already a stereotype on African-American families, black men and black women, and it played out right there for the world to see in an emotional, inebriated, drugged out, messed up situation. I don't co-sign it at all, because I know both of them play an intricate part in trying to destroy each other. And at this point, they should be separate forever. They should not have any type of contact. And this is what you have to do with these type of people that have consistently done things that have burnt you time and time again. Sometimes you have to do a complete separation and never look back, because the moment that you do look back, you'll be turned to a pillar of salt. And then you'll be salty the rest of your life. And then you'll be playing catch up for the rest of your life. You'll be having that asterisk or that file or that charge up on your name for the rest of your life, when it just could have took you a mere 5 seconds to just get out of that situation, or to even use logic to even assess the situation, knowing that it's not good for you, and for you to be able to walk away from it freely. That's what we need in our culture. That's what we need. That's why I built this platform, so that we can have these type of conversations, because a lot of people are fearful of having these real type of fucking conversations. A lot of times people are scared to have these because they don't know what to do, or they've probably experienced it and don't even know what to say at this point, or continuously going through it and don't know how to tell their children. Believe it or not, but that is not the realm that we're supposed to be living in. Love is not abuse, disrespect. There are boundaries that are set when it comes to love. There's a discipline, there's a sacrifice, there's a selflessness that comes with love. And that's not love. That's toxicity. And that's something that our children should not be able to understand and not have to cope with, to say that they have somebody, male or female. And our young girls need to understand about mental manipulation and the things that they do. It is not healthy. It can cost you your life. And I want to say this. If you want a good representation of Black love, and I'm not saying that it's all perfect and it's not all shiny, it's not all perfect, but I will say, and I will show you what it looks like. And it looks like this. Check this out.
World were mine, I would place at your feet all that I own. You've been so good to me. If this world were mine, I'd give you the flowers, the birds and the bees, and your love beside me. That would be all I need if this world were mine. I'd give you anything. If this world were mine.
That's what our culture is striving for. That's exactly what our culture wants and needs to be nurtured with. But the thing is, you have to work at it. You don't become selfish, you become selfless. You become embedded. And when you become one, that in itself is unique and it's powerful. Because the moment that you become one and you really submerge yourself into that other person, everybody talks about losing an identity. No, you do have an identity. You do have a mindset of grind. You have a mindset of hustle. You have a mindset of pushing the legacy forward, of pushing the culture forward. Because if you ever think about of becoming intertwined and actually becoming one, it is a reflection of your community, because the love that is seen within that couple should be a reflection of the community. And it should be taken an example too, because they can give you the answers. They can give you the key ingredients and the key nutrients and the key vitamins in order to sustain that thing called love that they had. A lot of us go into this world guessing our way through it. A lot of us go in this world trying to figure it out on the fly. But that's not the way that we're destined to. We're supposed to have a plan. We're supposed to have a foundation. We're supposed to have goals that we set and which we intertwine in together. The devil's new playground is boredom. But if you're consistently working on your marriage, then it will become a success. Don't lose hope. Don't let this situation that played before the world that got 40, 50 million views be the essence and the excellence of Black love and Black culture. Fight back. Get your mind right. Get your spirit right. Get your physical right. and be able to work with the significant other that you have. Because at the end of the day, the most key ingredient and the most important thing, and I heard Jason Black say this, the most important decision that you'll make next to your career is the man and the woman you choose to spend your life with. I hope there's a resolution that could be made between this situation, between him and Princess, with Ray J and Princess. I hope there's a resolution that can be resolved in this situation. And if it can't be resolved, then just it's time to separate and to fall out of the media for a while and go to work on yourselves. Princess, go work on yourself. Ray J, go work on yourself. It's not just for you, but for the betterment of the relationship or the love that's supposed to surround those children. That's the real. But I want to end this tonight on this. Don't waste time, because you don't know how long you have on this earth for love. You don't want to squander your way chasing paper when God could have sent you somebody to make that road to the paper a little bit easier. Sometimes you got to get out of your own way. And how you get out of your own way is by sitting your ass down, looking yourself in the mirror, and actually improving the person that you know that you need to become. That is the most key ingredient to that situation. Man, it's been a pleasure with y'all tonight, man. Listen, I want to say that I'm glad to be back. I'm back better than ever. Tuesday we'll be back at 10 o'clock, our regular slot. But I had to speak on this situation. And I hope you shared this message along with other people, man. Listen, if you're a first timer here, look, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment, man. Listen, I respond. Come to my DMs. Also on my email. Hit me up there. I'll definitely answer the questions. I'll definitely answer the hard questions. But most of all, I would like to thank everybody. I would like to thank all of you for joining for tonight's broadcast. And if I came up in your feed and you stopped to take a peek in, then come in and join the conversation and comment down below. Well, we have come to the end. So tell a friend and let the conversation begin. So until the next time, we got a lot to yap about. But before I take off, I got an artist for y'all. His name's Asteroid. He's making waves. He's doing his thing. Shout out to my boy Asteroid. I told y'all, send y'all music over. It'll get played over here. And he got a banger ass of a track. And it's called One of One. Asteroid, you already know what to do. Take us out, baby boy. We out.
Nah, this feel like one of them ones. I ain't been with you and maybe that's why I'm acting up. Or it could be this liquor that's making us go and speak in tongues. But baby, I got this vision, you gotta see it, trust. I've been in rooms with Mrs. before we grew in love. I ain't the super on station, but let me knock on wood. Cause I feel like that little engine who really said he could. From the stars to your hood, heart to heart, now we got it locked, guess it's understood. She said la vie, you a moment of time, that's more than me. Might just catch me and vibe and flow the keys. Girl, you sexy and fine, I wanna feast. Now tell me what's your favorite station. I'm trying to know all your ins and out, no infiltration. The way that you caught my eye just like a pin location. Never seen out of focus, never broke the patience. Management on my own, it's like I need a crisis. Baby, she ain't too long, I like to keep it patient. Baby, I'm a salon and like a cheated dates.
So run it up, my love, you have me stuck like I have nowhere to go. And I really messed up, no bringing me down, I'm trapped in a rabbit's hole. So listen here, Alice, I want to enter your wonderland, and I'm wondering if you'll give me another chance to dance under the strobe lights and hold tight like a cold night.
Matter of warm vibes, brand love bites in a smooth ride. Just wanna go long ways, what's the wrong way? I ain't never need no side, it's always me and my muse, and this pretty bitty on my eyes.
And Can I find the time and space to see my one true love? My pretty little mistress is a miracle from the one that's up above. But a minute, don't fuck this up. Kinda dizzy, I'm losing blood. Don't go like, what's the rush? Put it on me to make me hush. You the only one in this club that can make my black ass blush. Cause you know I got a crush. This my 7th can. Crush my piece of candy. Crush like what the fuck? Bittersweet feeling. Throwing up from lust. Don't get it.